It was one of those mornings where everything seemed to go wrong. I woke up late, spilled coffee on my shirt, and the sky decided to pour just as I stepped outside. By the time I reached the bus stop, I saw the taillights of my bus disappearing down the street. I sighed, drenched and defeated, clutching my soaked umbrella like it had betrayed me. Missing that bus meant I'd be late for my first day at my new job, a position I had fought months to get. My heart sank. That's when I heard a voice behind me. "Rough morning?" I turned to see a woman, maybe in her late 20s, holding an extra umbrella over both of us. Her coat was as soaked as mine, but she smiled anyway, like she wasn't bothered by the rain or the world falling apart. "Something like that," I muttered, embarrassed. She chuckled softly. "Well, looks like we're both stuck here. The next bus isn't for another 30 minutes. We stood there, side by side, under her small umbrella. I tried to stay polite but quiet. I wasn't really in the mood to talk, but she was one of those people who had an easy way of breaking through walls. She asked about my job, and I told her I was starting at a small marketing firm downtown. She nodded, genuinely interested. "I work 2 blocks from there," she said. "Graphic designer. Maybe I'll see you around." Something about her calm made the rain feel less cold. Before I knew it, we were laughing, about terrible commutes, awkward interviews, and how life never seems to go as planned. When the next bus finally arrived, she insisted I take her umbrella since I didn't have one. "You'll need it more than I will," she said. "I'm just a few stops away." I tried to refuse, but she pressed it into my hands. "Keep it. Maybe you can return it if we meet again." And just like that, she was gone, disappearing into the drizzle as the bus pulled away. That evening, after a long and stressful first day, I walked back to the same stop, half hoping to see her. She wasn't there. Days turned into weeks, and every time it rained, I used her umbrella and thought about that morning, the warmth in her voice, her kindness to a total stranger. Then one evening, as I was waiting for my bus again, I saw a familiar figure sitting on the bench, sketching in a notebook. "Hey!" I called out. "I think this belongs to you." She looked up, surprised, then laughed when she saw the umbrella. "You actually kept it." "I promised I'd return it," I said. "It's been my lucky charm ever since." We started talking again, this time without the rain. She told me her name was Emily. I learned she volunteered at a local art program for underprivileged kids. She had this light in her, one that made you feel like the world wasn't such a bad place after all. Weeks passed, and what began as casual chats at the bus stop turned into shared lunches, long walks, and eventually, something deeper. But life had one more twist waiting. One evening, Emily didn't show up. Then another. I tried calling her, but she'd never given me her number. A week later, I saw a flyer posted near the stop. It was about a charity art auction to raise funds for children with cancer. Her name was listed as the organizer. So, I went. The room was filled with paintings, colorful, full of emotion. Near the back was one that stopped me cold. It showed 2 figures under a single umbrella, standing in the rain. The title read, "The Morning That Changed Everything." And there she was, smiling at me across the room. "I wasn't sure you'd come," she said softly. "I wasn't sure I'd ever see you again," I replied. We talked for hours that night, surrounded by her art and the laughter of children running around. That evening, she told me her story, how she had battled illness herself years ago, and how she'd promised that if she ever got better, she'd dedicate her life to helping others find light in their darkest days. "I guess that's why I don't mind the rain," she said. "It reminds me that sometimes, missing your bus can lead you exactly where you're meant to be." It's been 3 years since that day. Emily and I are still together. Every time it rains, we share that same umbrella, faded now, a little torn, but full of memories. And sometimes, when we see someone rushing through the storm, we stop and offer them a little space under it. Because sometimes, a missed bus isn't the end of your day, it's the beginning of your story. Life's detours often lead us to the most meaningful destinations. A small act of kindness, a shared umbrella, a gentle smile, can change everything.